Hmm. Yeah, I'm just. So they have to figure out which of the panels are safe. So they have a tempered glass and a regular glass. So the regular glass can support you, but the tempered glass will crack on the slightest of things. So they had to jump from glass to glass, and if they jump on the tempered glass, they all fall to their death. I'm like, damn, don't make me go on that tempered glass. That shit was crazy to me. So when they use that episode, I'm like, woof. And then this guy like determined that he's not going to move whoever wants to go ahead because he didn't know how to figure out which glass is which glass, and he didn't want to fall to his death. So he stood there and tried to say, "Oh, if you want to go, you have to go around me." And but the others, they one of them decide, "Oh, let me go." And he jumped and he pushed the other guy to fall to his death. So then he figured out, "Oh, that glass is safe." But then karma is a bitch. This fucking show has so much stuff in it. Like, karma is a bitch because he pushed that guy to figure out, but then he realized that there was like 6 other people behind him. And then he would have to go he would have to go for them to move, and the others weren't going to do it because they saw what he did to the first guy. I'm like, you stupid motherfucker. Like, dude, just get your shit together. Just go. Just figure it out. If you fall to your debt, you fall to your debt. That's fine. Go on, boo-boo. You fucked up, and that's on you. So when that they were in the VIP room, the rich guy said that the game was no fun at one point because this another guy that was coming up. Look, there was so much guy in this game. I don't even know their names. So if you hear me say a guy came up, just follow along. And I'd recommend you watch the show. Then you'll say, "Oh, that's what Kamor was talking about in this podcast episode." And yeah, so he used to, this guy used to work in making glass. So he knows the regular glass and how to differentiate between the tempered glass and the regular glass. So when they started seeing that he was figuring it out and they were winning, the guy goes, "Oh, this game is no fun." And that fucking guy in the black mask like turned the light off. So he couldn't figure out like which one's which and how they would do stuff. So he turned the light off, and then the guy couldn't figure it out anymore. And then Cho Sung Woo like jumped up. Oh, I'm getting to the names now, y'all. Oof. Feel excited getting to the names. Cho Sung Woo like pulled up and was like, "Oh, what do you mean you can't figure it out? Okay, I'll use you as a way to figure it out." And he pushed the guy into the last tempered glass, and then they like, so the other two like jumped over. And what is fucking crazy? I'm like, they all won the game. It's over. Why the fuck would you go and shoot the glass up? So they shot all the glass up, and the glass is like a million pieces, and one of the glass like hit the only girl, Kang Se Book. Yeah, just follow along. Kang Se Book hit that girl in the abdomen. I'm like, damn, girl, I'm sorry. Damn. So they took them out to this black tie dinner and was like, okay, y'all eat. The final game is going to be intense. So they had their lamb chops and all that jazz. And I noticed the guys in the mass, they were taking up the plates and they took up all the silverware and left the steak knife, the knife. I'm like, that's weird. So they left the knife. The only girl that's in the fucking show. And then Seegi, who was going to kill like Chongsang Woo. Listen, I'm trying. Seong-Tae was going to kill Cho Sung-Woong. But then Kang Se-book stopped him from killing Cho Sung-Woong. And to my surprise, Cho Sung-Woong killed the only girl, Kang Se-book, from the show. I'm like, that's fucked up, because she stopped him from killing you, and then you turned around and killed her. Then he goes, well, she was gonna die anyway because she was bleeding out. I'm like, well, that's not your fucking decision to make. Let her pass out. She could have won the last game or whatnot. But no, they only need 2 people so they know what the fuck they were doing for the last game, which is totally fucked up. And I say that to say this because the end of the show got me all shooked up, and I'm like talking like this right now because I'm fucking pissed. And to be honest, that old guy player who was a 001, I was watching the show at the beginning. I'm like, why the fuck are you the first one? And then why the fuck are you the first one? You're the oldest. So I'm like thinking, oh, he was probably playing the game long before, and then he won like several games. So he was like, oh, let's do this, do that, do this, do that. And he won. He was telling them how to play the game and stuff. I'm like, was wondering why you're the first person at the end of the fucking game, at the fucking show, come around. Then he started telling Se-young that he started the game in the first place, and why he started the game in the first place was because he was bored. He had a lot of money and he was bored. I'm like, why the fuck are you bored and there's people on the street where you're from who doesn't have any money? Why didn't you drive past them instead of picking them up, taking them to a remote location? You could have taken the money to them and say, here you go, I give you this. But no, he was bored. And he was even bored that he didn't want to sit in the VIP room. He had to be a part of the game. He didn't want to be a spectator. I'm like, you must have had a lot of fucking money to be wanting to go into that game. I'm like, damn. I'm sorry, guys. I was just riled up there. Like, you have so much fucking money. You decided to use human as your horses. Like, what? What? Oh my god. Then that guy said, oh, you bet on horses and we bet on human, so it's the same thing, but human bodies are more entertaining to watch than watching horses. I'm like, what the fuck? And that show is something else, and that creator Hong Dong-yu did an amazing job, and I must commend you again, sir, on that show. And I really can't wait for season 2 to come out, because this show is a must watch and I recommend it. This show is great. I think it's still like on the top 10 shows to watch on Netflix. I have to double check. Not 100% sure. Popular on Netflix. Hold on. I think I watched it already. Send my watch again. Where the hell is it? Damn, I watched so many shows. Netflix gotta be proud of me. Oh my god. Let me just search for it. Oh, here it is. It's still in the top 10. It doesn't say if it's number 1 or number 2. It just said top 10. Top 10 in the US today. Yeah, number 10 in the US today. So it's about to fall off. So you guys better go watch it before it falls off the top 10. But it was pretty good. I really liked it. With that being said, okay. I am going to let you guys go, and just want to say thanks to all my listeners for listening to Caramel Swirl. I really appreciate it. And just, if you know someone who is interested in this kind of bullshit, just share it with them so that they can join in on the fun, even though it's not 100% of fun. But I'm trying. If there's anything that you guys would like me to watch, any shows, just head over to my socials and send me a message on Caramel Swirl Podcast on Instagram or Facebook, and just say, hey, we would like you to watch. We just want to hear your feedback on this movie, and I'll definitely check it out. And on that note, catch you guys on the next episode of Caramel Swirl. Thank you for listening to Caramel Swirl on whatever platform you listen to your podcast on. Just like it, follow it, so you can be notified when I drop a new episode. And if you listen to this on Apple Podcasts, don't forget to rate and review. You can also get social with the Swirl on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Caramel Swirl Podcast. And you can also follow my personals. On Instagram, it's _Kamoy. That's it's with a Z _Kamoy. And on Twitter at Kamoy357. Catch you all next time on the next episode of Caramel Swirl.